Straight from Zombie Sailor Toys and their Wrestling Heels and Faces line, Wave 1, this is Bruiser Brody. Yeah, so Zombie Sailor Toy did a really awesome thing over Christmas where a lot of his excess stock was just put up for sale. I was able to catch up on basically everything I missed that I still wanted. It is amazing. So this Bruiser Brody is not necessarily the Bruiser Brody you'll see in other reviews. You'll notice he doesn't have a vest. Flip around to the back, there's a vest on that Brody. So the vest was a pre-order bonus. Because I was a late adopter, I don't get the vest. But that doesn't really matter, because I get a Hasbro Bruiser Brody made by Zombie Sailor, who, I mean, it's between them and Hasbro-Style as to who's doing this the best right now, so hell yeah, I'll take that. Just taking a closer look at the box, they of course have the little corner logo here, calling out Ron Redant, who did a lot of the design work on the original WWF Hasbro line. They're doing the line here as well. You got a good picture of Bruiser Brody, you know, it works. Here on the back, you of course have the card. What are the fun facts about Bruiser Brody? The legendary Bruiser Brody has been involved in some of the wildest matches the pro wrestling world had ever seen. Fans ran in terror as Bruiser Brody made his way to the ring, swinging his chain like a maniac. Brody's arch rival is Abdul the Butcher. It's funny, I've never actually watched any of those matches. I've only ever watched his matches like in World Class and then like his Japanese matches against Terry Funk. And then you have the design document for Bruiser Brody. Those are so cool, like how they still include those. And then we have the figures who have appeared so far in the line. Let's see, I have Nick Gage, have Bruiser, have Bundy, have Andre. I skipped on Raven just because I'm sure it's a great figure, I'm not feeling it. Kevin Sullivan I want to get, I just haven't found him. I of course have Mike Shaw. And then Wave 3, I need Slick, I need One Man Gang, Jack Tunney. Jack Tunney's the one where, like, I'm going back and forth, because if I have enough money, I do want Jack Tunney, but he is not the priority. These two are the priority. And then, of course, Hercules Hernandez, Paul Roma, Power and Glory. Those I had to get. So, I'm doing enough free advertising. Let's actually talk about the figure. Getting Bruiser Brody out of the box, and I'm just utterly blown away by this figure. I had seen so many people naming this Bruiser Brody as the clear highlight of Wave 1 of Heels and Faces. Just because I'm slow catching up with the line, I thought maybe it was a bit overblown. And that wasn't anything against that, it was just you look at the other people in Wave 1, like specifically the Andre the Giant and the King Kong Bundy. Well, King Kong Bundy was Wave 2, but still, the point stands. I thought like, oh, well, I'm sure there's just a lot of nostalgia here, but no, this figure, man, it speaks to you. So, getting the chain out of his hands, you have this amazing, just amazing head sculpt. Like, that honestly, to me, looks better than the Power Town. And obviously, it's a different style, but it conveys Bruiser Brody so much better. And I love how he got the scars. So gross looking, so set in. The torso is great. You have this upper rotation at the arm, as well as a rotation at the head. But then, so I thought this was just going to be the normal clothesline action. No, they gave him a universal joint in the elbow. So that works out really well. So you can now get a lot of decent ranges out of your Bruiser Brody. And that's going to be great when we get to the chain in just a minute. We have a rotation at the waist. Nothing in the legs, but you don't need it. And then you have these cloth good, like the fur trim for his boots. That fur trim is so nice. It makes me wish I had taken the plunge on this figure earlier to get that fur jacket. At the same time, I wasn't doing as well financially then as I am now, and I'll admit, there was a part of me that was still kind of hesitant to really go whole hog on my Hasbro collection. But this figure just speaks, man. And it's all capped off with this. Bruiser Brody's chain. It's a nice little chain, very shiny. So to get it into the hand, you do kind of have to feed it through. Give it just a slight nudge. And there we go. He's holding his chain. He's holding the chain. Bruiser Brody, ready to go on a rampage now. In the coming weeks, we're going to be looking at a lot of Zombie Sailor toys. And in the coming weeks, you're going to hear me sing his praises a lot, probably. It's just everything I want out of a continuation of the Hasbro line. It's pitch perfect.